You are now tuned in to Coffy Talk on LE Radio. Serving you up some new flavor, fresh out of ATL. Where the vibes prevail, the convo's held between a scale of 1 to 10 exceeds 1,000. But do you feel me? Go ahead and get your cups ready as we pour into your mind, slow and steady. You may need a full cup for this. CoffeeTV.com. We got raw and adulterated conversations, live, provocative entertainment, new flavor in your ear for my podcast, talk show radio. Watch us live online in the studio. Tell a friend, tell a friend come soon. Never know what's in store with the whole crew. Cause we got you.
Your mic is on mute.
And I was like, and it says your mic is mute. Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Happy Sunday.
It has been a crazy weekend. It's been a warm weekend down here in Atlanta. So thank you so much for the sun. Because it was like 79, 80 degrees both Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and today, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you to the heavens for that, because we needed some of that.
Right.
But so it is your show, Coffy Talk Radio, Coffy Talk show. As we normally come through, we're coming a little later. I don't know if y'all realize, but we lost an hour today. So
it threw my whole day off.
Yes, spring forward. So we lost an hour. I was actually up when we lost the hour, and it was devastated. But yes, so everybody spring forward. I hope everybody has a good spring coming up. So kind to talk about just briefly tonight. Tonight is going to be our part 2 conversation of domestic violence and talking about the different types of abuses and different things like that. So we have our guests coming on tonight, and it's going to be a good discussion tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a good discussion. Again, welcome to the show. We are like 2 hours later than what we normally come on.
Yeah.
It was some beautiful weather out. I decided to get out with the family today and go to Six Flags, but I wasn't supposed to be at Six Flags. I was supposed to be at somewhere else, but Brittany used Six Flags as a landmark, so I told the whole family we was going to Six Flags and had everybody buy tickets.
Yeah.
So we ended up at Six Flags. Yeah. More people in Six Flags than I expected, but all in all, it was a beautiful outing, and the park closed at 6. Baby wanted to get on a roller coaster that I promised him that I would let him get on before we left. So I ended up not getting home till after 6 o'clock. So yeah, that's pretty much that. But again, it was a very beautiful week. I had some beautiful news to start my weekend off, but I can't share that news right now. But I had some news that I just been waiting on and waiting on the phone call pretty much. And I got the phone call yesterday, and I'm just, I don't know. It's a good feeling. So I will share that at a later time though. Can't share that right now, but it was the phone call I was waiting on, and I got it. So like Brittany said, we're gonna I guess it should be back logging in with us. Ree was with us last week, and we're gonna bring her back on to the show with us. But before we get into this topic, we do want to share what else we got going on. We do want to share what else we have going on. So where is it at? Oh, it went down, Brittany. We was gonna share the shops, because on the upcoming next show, I have more details about this later. These beautiful book bags, that is Jessica Holter's art on the book bag. So we're gonna be doing a giveaway. Mm-hmm. And we will have more details coming up. I will be advertising on my page and everything what it is you need to do to win one of these beautiful book bags. as well as we have other things that's on the website. We have bath robes. We have some socks on there, dog tags, see different little bags and everything. So yeah, so stay tuned. Find out how you're gonna be able to win some of these amazing giveaways that we're gonna be giving away, coming up in here shortly. I don't know about this. I like this red dress, but I don't really know because ladies don't like to tell their size, they real size. So we're gonna keep it real simple.
Okay, well,
Yeah, we're not gonna do the dresses and stuff because they don't tell. See, bathrobes come in small, medium, or large. They can kind of be honest with that. So we're gonna be giving away bathrobes and everything. Jessica has some shows that she's booked that coming up. So if she hit in your city, we will have merch with us for you to. Oh, I like that red and black.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have some merch with us for you to purchase as well, and we're doing giveaways. So, but you have to tune into the show to find out how to win those book bags, socks, scarves. I'm giving away simple stuff where you ladies don't have to disclose your sizes to me. And we do have a new dating app. Is it up and running right now, Brittany?
I believe yes. So it is up and running. So let me go ahead and go back to the advertisement.
That is dating women who love women.
Yes. So that's something that's going up now. There's more to come on that link soon, where you'll be able to log in and actually create your own bio and start networking and meeting new people that have similar interests. So.
And don't forget to join our other social network, coffeetalk.com. Pretty much a little similar to Facebook, but don't have all the restrictions. You don't have to worry about being in Coffee Talk jail.
No, not at all.
So moving right along, we're gonna get ready, and I'm gonna add Ree in here with us.
Hello.
Hey. How y'all doing?
Good. Good.
Ooh, I'm covering up your face on that one. Hold on, let me see if I could get this so your face not covered up. Nah, your face still covered up. Hold on. Nope, it's still covered up. Like what's going on here? I don't like that layout either.
They can see my eyeballs.
Right.
Okay. Well, I really like this layout, but I'ma just take this one down for a moment. When y'all two just get to talking and I step away, I'll put it back up there. I really like that, the graphics I did on there. I'm proud of that.
That's a little position.
Yeah, well, I need to take a coffee break anyway, so I'm gonna have you all, go ahead on, get the conversation started, and I'm gonna put that back, and I shall be back with you all in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Okay. All right. So how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. It was a long weekend, a lot of shooting, a lot of photo shoots and recordings and filming. It was a lot, but so this basically tonight is kind of like a part 2 of last Sunday when we were talking about domestic violence, being trapped at home, because that is a reality, a very serious reality that became almost a year ago to the day for a lot of people who have basically been living at home or trapped at home with their abuser. So so we kind of wanted to go back into that conversation, like we were talking about the different types of abuse. And I think the one that a lot of people don't necessarily focus on too much is that financial abuse, because it doesn't really seem like that's abusive to, you want a partner to be able to take care of everything. Like, that's a nice sentiment to have somebody like, oh, they just take care of all the bills and I do nothing. But even though that is a nice sentiment and can be well intentioned, some people can use that to ostracize you and to isolate you from people and to control what you're doing, when you're doing, how you're spending money, the money that you may have made yourself, and kind of use that as another way to control and manipulate an individual. And because it's not as obvious as like physical abuse, I think a lot of people really don't take it seriously.
Totally agree. So when it comes to finance and the other significant other taking care of her mate, it is a control issue. It is a control issue. And me personally, if I was the breadwinner, which most of the time I am, you want them to do something, at least go to school. You don't want them just sitting around the house and just be lazy
Right.
and do nothing. You want them, so if you did meet someone that's in that type of situation, at least motivate them to get out and do something better with their life. Don't just say, you know what, you ain't got to do nothing. Just let me give you the money and, et cetera, et cetera. You need to be their motivator, try to tell them, hey, let me uplift you to do something different. At least if they're watching you get up out your bed to either do your own self-employment or your own business or even a punch in the clock, if they watch you doing that, they should at least want to interact and join you to be motivated to do something with their life besides just sitting around waiting for you to come home and be told what to do.
Exactly. Which again, that is a particular lifestyle and a relationship dynamic that some people like to and enjoy. So let me be very clear. And I want to say good evening, Hindi. Yes, for coming in with us. But yeah, there are certain relationship dynamics where you want that other person wants to give completely to someone and submit to that total control. So we're not talking about those relationship dynamics.
Okay.
They're speaking for people who are not consensually entering into those. So I just want to say that for everybody watching, because the thing about these abuse conversations that I try to be very candid and straightforward about, abuse and BDSM are not the same. A lot of people try to put them together because to some, I guess you could call them vanilla relationship styles, like it kind of seems like it's abuse, but it's not. Again, if you have two consensual adults entering into this dynamic, it's something totally different than someone actually preying upon and abusing and taking advantage of someone. There's two separate things. But you're right. You would want to, like, probably the last like 10 years, probably about 9 or 10 years, I myself found myself being the one that maybe not necessarily the quote unquote breadwinner, but I was the one that made the most money.
Okay.
However, I am not, I mean, I can be aggressive, but I'm not overly aggressive. So I'm usually not the one that's like take charge and handles everything, because I don't like having to do that all the time. I can, but I don't like doing that all the time. But like, so it's interesting in that dynamic because I always encourage and be like, hey, why don't you do this? Or do you want to go back to school? Like, what do you want to do? Let's help that. Like my first initial relationship, I was in high school and graduated high school, was in college. So I didn't have a job, I had nothing. So that person literally took care of everything. However, they made it a point to be like, okay, well, you're going to school. You're going to school. You don't need to work. You don't need to do any of that. You're going to school. And to some people that may seem kind of controlling, but no, they were like, okay, well, this is what school is important. Education is important. I'll take care of everything else. You do that. And that's all you need to do. Like, so there are situations where that's beneficial, but it doesn't. And so we have a comment. It says the core of BDSM is consent. Domestic violence, there is no consent. Exactly. Consent is a big thing in that community. And I always want to make sure that we don't equate the two at all.
Right. Those type of, I guess you want to say relationships are called FWBs. That stands for friends with benefits. So you have a lot of people out there that just prefer to either look for a sugar mama or a sugar daddy, rather straight or gay. They just look for somebody that just take care of them, like you were saying earlier. But the catch-22 is what happens when you do something that you not supposed to do or that was required to do, and the person that is your friends with benefits get verbally abusive, because that's past art. They get verbally abusive. They start looking at you in other ways because now they're being approached by other women or men that's maybe they got a different type of curve, or maybe the way they carry themselves, or maybe the way they communicate or dress. So their eye is looking somewhere else outside the world besides what they have at home or whatever they're controlling at home. So all it takes is that one individual, man or woman, to get out of pocket or do something that they don't agree upon, and now they're going to be all types of names in the books.
Right.
So,
and that's the interesting thing about people. And we talked about narcissisms and narcissists last time, like what the reaction is whenever you don't give them what it is that they're requiring or requesting or expecting, and how it can oftentimes turn violent in some cases and abusive and stuff like that. So definitely. But like I said, I mean, if you want to be a sugar baby and you love being a sugar baby, by all means, but make sure that you working with a sugar daddy or sugar mama, and that's cool with that. But don't at any point believe that it could never happen to you, because that's another thing that's common. A lot of women kind of feel like, oh, nobody would ever do that to me. Like, nah, nobody would ever be that abusive to me or that way to me. Like I said, that financial one is very, very like sneaky with that, because there's a line there that can be crossed very easily. Because as someone if I'm providing for you financially, I'm expecting certain things, and like you said, I have a certain expectation. So if I come home and dinner's not cooked and the house is dirty, I'm gonna be upset. Because here I am at home all day and you ain't did nothing. The least you could do is do this. So there's that expectation placed there. But as adults, we would have needed to have that conversation. Be like, all right, well, if I'm doing this, you need to do this. So it's one of those things you definitely have to kind of toe the line on. But some people just don't. There are power struggles within that. Like I said, the eternal fight of tops and bottoms when it comes to things. Like, some people will use their money and education as a leg up to kind of look down on others, and they feed off of that. Like, that egocentrism in there is a powerful thing. It is definitely a powerful thing when we talk about abuse dynamics and everything like that. Like I said, physical abuse is something that's definitely real, but psychological abuse, I think, is probably one of the more deadlier ones, because it's way more long lasting. It seems like bruises will eventually heal. You'll remember it. Muscle memory is a thing, but like that psychological, like, you'll get to a point you're dealing with a narcissist where they'll have you doubting your entire existence.
Yeah, absolutely. I've dealt with, I have encounters with associates, actually witnessed them controlling their significant other. And, I look at it and be like, well, have I ever act like that? Because when you see someone else cursing their girlfriend out and want to go upside their head, you second guess, like, is this the type of friend I want to be around? Because at the end of the day, energy is real. Let's go there. Energy is real, and it all depends on who you surround yourself around. Because at the end of the day, if you feel as though you want to bring positivity in someone's life, as far as this friendship, relationship, or whatever the case may be, you want to be able to make sure that's a solid circle. Anytime someone want to step outside that circle because they feel like, for instance, I'm an aggressor, and if I'm around another aggressor, they label us as studs. If we're around each other and your girlfriend around, and if your girlfriend just happened to want to hold a conversation with me, it's like they're looking at me sideways, looking at them sideways, but the first thing they do is curse out their girlfriend. What you looking at them like that for? You'd be like, so if I don't say nothing, I just be sitting back like, having her thinking that's okay, and it's not. Well, she just asked the questions. It's okay, dude, Then now it's an argument between me and my buddy. Man, nobody asked you. So now it's a power trip. So, I've encountered with a lot of that type of friendships. I've encountered in friendships whereas people had to stop me from snapping on people verbally, verbal abuse, because someone said something and I probably was holding it in, and then I snap out with my verbs, actions, adjectives, but it doesn't be pleasant. It's like, it's horrible because I go in on, I don't degrade them, but I bring stuff up that I shouldn't have brought up. That was very painful when it comes to verbal abuse. So it all depends on, when you carry yourself, you want to definitely want to be one of them people to be a good friend at the end of the day. especially when you're around your friends' girlfriends, and you want them to know, hey, I'm not that type of person. Right. I don't want your girlfriend. There's no way I want your girlfriend at all. I'm your friend. And if your girlfriend gave me any type of reckless eyeball, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna check her, and if she keep doing it, hey, listen, man, your girl is reckless eyeballing me. Mm-hmm. You know, she's kind of like, why my girlfriend can be like you? Hold on, stop it right there. That's when they go left.
Yeah, that's when you have to end the conversation. And I had a situation like that with someone who I thought we were friends, and I quickly found out that we were not. So it's like the women she had dated, I knew, but I knew who she was just by seeing her out. But the feminine women, I knew from working with her, just talking to, and just being cool with. And she accused her, and I was like I was totally in the dark. Her and the girl arguing about me, and I'm like, what? And then she didn't. And then what pissed me off and ended the friendship, because first of all, me in this film that you upset about, I was friends with her before I was friends with you. You and I became friends later, but she and I was already friends. So basically, if I wanted to do anything with her, we were just friends. If we wanted to date, have sex, have one night stand, if we wanted to do anything together, we could have done that years before you came into the picture, because she and I was friends before you and I became cool. I knew her before I knew you. You and I became cool later, but then it came to my attention after they was getting into little arguments. Then I said, you befriended me because you thought your girl wanted me, or trying to see what was going on behind us. The friendship wasn't genuine at all. You befriended me to have me around you so you can see and monitor what was going on. So they just arguing back and forth. And the film came and told me, well, yeah, she thinks something going on between us. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, okay. So I ended that friendship, but that had happened to me twice. And I'm like, why do my film friends always think when they get into these relationships? That relationship did not end up being an abusive one, because this was a real strong film. And she was like, look, I ain't putting up with your bullshit. If you don't trust me, then don't trust me, because that was my friend, and we was friends about 5 years before you even came along. So it was that type of thing. And I had to tell the stud the same thing. Like, I knew her like 5 years long before you came in the picture. But I could understand why the stud felt a certain way, because you cheated on your woman to get with her. So now you think she's cheating on you. You cheated on your woman to get with my friend. But this ain't that. I do not believe in that. If I meet a woman and she tell me she's still living with the ex and they just roommates, I'm not dating you. I'm not. So that situation, I ended the friendship, and thank God it did not turn abusive. But then it was another situation where they did start fighting, and I stepped back and I'm like, why are y'all fighting? Then I started looking in the mirror like, okay, what am I doing wrong that all these studs keep thinking I'm some little like whole bucket, like all of them just around here just humping and bumping. I'm just sucking on everybody. Like what type of person do y'all think I am?
Slutty Don.
Yeah. What type of woman do y'all think I am to keep putting me in the bed with y'all women? Like, come on. So that situation did end up being abusive. It was already borderline, some stuff going on in there where they got into a fight, and she started confining me, and they would fight all the time, and we was fine. But I asked, because I seen some signs, and I was just like straight up, I was like, what's going on? Do she be beating your ass? She be hitting you, don't she? No, I said yes. And at first she did not want to tell me, but this one particular night she had to tell me. She called because the girl, it was cold in Chicago, snow outside in Chicago, and the girl put her out in the middle of the night in the snow in Chicago. Now it's snow. You don't know, Brittany. Oh, well, you went up there when it was cold, so you got to experience it a little bit. But it was cold and it was snow outside. They got into an argument about me, and the girl put her out. the girl put her out. So I go to get her, and now the girl want to get in. And I'm like, this ain't what you want.
Right.
Don't let my little feminine ways fool you. This ain't what you want. Because Dom may be feminine, but when I get ready to fight, Dom fights like a nigga. So
and you look like you quick. Quick on the feet in the hands. Like, what up?
Because I ain't fighting like this. I'm fighting like this. So this is not what you want.
Right.
So the girl ended up she left, but then she went back. When she put it out in the snow, it was around midnight. She called. I got me and my little buddy to go get her. You know, Miko, that was my little role. Miko was out here. So I got her. We go get the girl. She left for a minute, and then she ended up going right back. And that's when our friendship ended, because I was like, you know what, and I told her, I said, well, since your girl got all these insecurities about us, I don't want to be the reason you end up dead or she keep beating your ass, because she got some issues that she can't deal with. Oh, mosquito. I need to close this window. So I end up stepping back from her, because I was like, y'all doing too much. I don't want to be in it. You know, you call. And that's why I took somebody with me when she called and said the girl had put her out. So I took somebody with me, but she ended up going back. And I was like, and everybody, the couple of people that knew, they was like, why she go back? Why she go back? And I said, well, that's something we'll never know why they go back. But she ended up going back. Then I think about a year later, she ended up with a broken leg. She just kept going. And I think she ended up staying in that relationship for about 5 years. She stayed in that relationship for about 5 years. The only way she ended up getting out of that abusive relationship is that the last incident, the girl hit her with a car. And
oh God.
Yeah, they was at the gas station or something. The girl backed the car up and she hit her with the car. And that's how she ended up breaking her leg. She hit her with the car. And the girl ended up going to jail. And because she had a record of being arrested for domestic violence, this time when they arrested her, she did 2 years. She did 2 years. I don't know what prison they put in, and I don't know how that work everywhere else, but I know in Chicago, most people, if you keep doing it, you get 2 years. So she ended up getting 2 years. But I think she only stayed in there like a year, because they do what, 50% of their time or something. She stayed like a year and a half, but that was the only way this girl got away from her, because she went to jail. And when she went to jail, then the girl left Chicago. She went to jail, and then the girl ended up moving away from Chicago with another associate of ours. And they ended up reaching out to me and telling me the girl was in jail, and she had moved. And no, she didn't come to Atlanta, people. If you're looking at this show and know who I'm talking about, she is not in Atlanta. But she ended up leaving Chicago. She did not come to Atlanta because the girl that was beating on her often come down here. So we have a comment. I'm gonna go on and let read this comment right quick.
So Shanna Brown, back when we were discussing about financial abuse and everything, she put, I don't mind sharing household expenses and chores, but if you've been home all day and I've been at work, the least you could do is keep the house clean. I completely agree. Because I know I would do the same thing. And then the last one, Hindi says, OMG, this is why it's important to do some research on your potentials. Absolutely. Research, investigate. I wish if Meghan Markle would have researched the royal family, she might not be in the situation that she's in now. I absolutely believe in research, because like we were talking about representatives, people show you their representatives all the time. I have a friend of mine, me and her have been friends for probably about like 15 years now. She and I, at the beginning of our friendship, we all worked together, and she was talking to somebody at the office and everything like that, which I'm not a fan of doing. But we were all out one time, and we were kind of sitting, and the more masculine center woman, she was sitting closer to me and how we were doing. And under the table, the girl kept putting her hand on my knee. So I'm talking ever since. So you keep seeing me go like this under the table because I'm moving her hand away. I'm like, hold on, like, why? Leave me alone. So my friend ended up getting up, going to the bathroom. And of course, while she was gone, this one over here talking about, so what's going, trying to talk to me. And I'm like, look, that's my sister. Like, we really good friends. Don't do that. So because we were in the beginning of our friendship, I didn't really know how to approach her about it. So I was like, well, let me just chill. That relationship ended up being like a physical relationship where the masculine center was hitting my sister. I didn't know the whole time. And just when it came to like a head, she called me one time to come and get her. The house was completely tore up. Glass was broken everywhere, everything. The girl had left. And I'm very, very protective of my friends. And I called that girl. I said, if I ever see you ever again at the office, anywhere, I'm whooping your ass on site. Like, bro, it's me and you now. You wanted me, now you got me. I'm gonna drag your ass. And the only thing that saved her is that night she was also drinking. Got arrested because she ran into a police car and ended up going to jail for like 3 years. And she got out. And randomly, I was out somewhere, and I saw her. She saw me, recognized me, and immediately left. Like, because I told her it was like on site every time. And it's those types of things when it comes to friends. I've never had anybody like physically get into it about me, but I have had situations where some of my like more masculine centered friends, their girlfriends really don't like me too much. So they'll kind of like send me friend requests on things and everything because they want to monitor my page and see what I'm doing, just to make sure that our conversations are not what they seem to be. So I've been in some kind of sticky situations like that myself.
Right. And I don't really get that part because I don't understand. Like, we all women, and for the studs who feel like they feminine girl can't be friends with somebody that's like tomboyish or whatever, I just don't get it. I feel like you should be friends with whomever you choose to be friends with, and as long as that person is not disrespecting the relationship, have enough trust in your mate to, if your mate was like, yo, and your mate should have enough respect for the relationship to not have somebody around that's going to disrespect your friendship. Your relationship. They should have enough respect. So I'd be highly offended. I'll say I used to be highly offended when a bunch of my femme friends, little studs, would get upset. You know, I used to be offended because I'd be like, yo, man, why you upset? Like what you doing? Y'all making me look bad. Y'all got me just out here just doing it to everybody. Like, so I used to be offended. Then later I realized that it was their insecurities that had absolutely nothing to do with me. Is because I was confident, but I could be friends with anybody. I have trans friends, both trans men, trans women. And see, a lot of people don't get it. And these people wasn't, well, the one from the relationship, she was crazy. See, when you go other places, they separate. In Chicago, I'll tell you, we all party in one place together. The trans men, the trans women, the gay guys, the lesbians, we all go like to the taste. So if you go to the East of the Ryan, we all in one place together. We did not separate. We was all one LGBTQ community. But when I got to Atlanta, separate. It said, the biology bar is separated. The generator, remember the
generator? Definitely the generator.
It was not, this is a lesbian bar, this is a gay male bar. Everything was together. Even if you went in a straight club, you would still see everything was mixed. But when I got to Atlanta, everything is separated. It's the lesbian bar, so you gotta go over here to lesbian parties, or you gotta go to Bulldogs while the gay guys at, but you don't really see them interacting a lot. Even with the studs down here, they but we got people from all over, but it's different. Even with them coming down here, they feel like this way, that way, but we don't have all those issues back where I'm from. We all together. If it's a gay guy, he could be my brother, my sister, whatever. We all just together, but it's not like that in other cities that I've been to. It's not. So
it's like that in other areas as well. But it's definitely separated in a lot of different places. Like I said, I've noticed that myself. I don't know, Rhea, if you've had any issues with dealing with people being friends and kind of like I usually and just for me as a feminine identifier, I'm usually on the other side. I usually get the oh, they girlfriend don't like me, or she wants to try and friend me for different reasons because she thinks it's something that it's not. And it's really just, I'm just fucking awesome. Like that's an insecurity you got to deal with, boo. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Because if I wanted your girl, I would take her. But I'm not going to. So it's like,
that's how I be feeling.
Like, girl, don't play yourself, because honestly, most of the times the reason why you are in the relationship is because of me. Because I just talk to them and help them heal and do these different things. The reason why this person you're with, being male or female, is that better version of themselves is usually because we've gone through going through working on things and everything. So you should never want to.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Unless I'm being disrespectful, because I'm also the one that will never call after a certain time. My friends, once they get in relationships, I cut that off. When I'm meeting people, if it's a couple, I usually align myself with the woman, the more feminine one. I don't I'm not going to
wait a minute. Hold on. So, because I'm not the more feminine one with me and Jessica.
No, but I met you first, though.
You met me first. Okay. Because I was like, hold on a minute.
So, like in your two situation, had I met you and Jessica both, I would align myself more with Jessica out of respect, because I feel like anything I could say to you, I could say to Jessica.
Right.
Well, I don't need
like to that anyway, but I just wanted to clear that up, that I'm not the more feminine one.
No, you're not. But because I met you first, that's why. Yeah, okay. Like you really believe that.
Okay. I'm like, hold on a minute.
By me good with, reading people, your mate, right? So say, for instance, one of my past relationships, in a relationship, and we go in a room full of studs, fine, sharp, square toe it up, and I know majority of half of them in there, right? I'm like, oh, what's up? And most of them that I really don't know that well, they want to be your friend because they want to know who you dating. They want to know who that woman is. And you can pick up on character, right? The only time it'll flip me off is when my significant other is doing some reckless eyeballing, right? And she get caught at it. So, you be cool. You out in public, so you're going to be cool, but you're going to check that ass when you get to the crib, like, what the fuck was all that shit about? Then she going to be like, what you talking about? I said, you looking at that motherfucker like he was a Happy Meal. What's going on? But I'll satisfy you now. So now, by you looking at this person a certain way, you're going to have me questioning me like, what? I'm something not loosened up? What's going on with it? I got to change the way I dress it. So, that's when the insecurities can occur, but you got to be strong-minded to think like, wait a minute, there's nothing wrong with you, because if it was, you wouldn't have them. You got to think about, so what got me over that little mentality, I have to say, you leaving with her. You walked in the door with her, you leave with her. It's a big difference than you walk into the door and somebody else leave with her. Right. So I don't have to carry that type of attitude home, getting in her face, what the fuck was all that shit about? Now I'm acting like an asshole because I'm looking at it. And of course, I'd have had me a sippy sip. And she said, you just insecure. I said, I ain't fucking insecure. I know what's going on, Then they don't. I'm like, you know what, baby, I'm sorry. You're right. So,
But that's a healthy conversation, because those little conversations is what happen with women a lot. Because I think some studs forget that they are a woman. So they'll get to a little debate with their girl, and then they want to start hitting them or pulling them or pushing them. And then it goes to another level. From there, it started off with something small, like what she just said. Like I told y'all, when I was in the club, the girl got mad because I kept talking to everybody and she slapped me in the car. It starts off like that and then it's kind of sad too, because we are two women that 90% of the time, if a police come, they don't want to do nothing because they're looking at, oh, it's just two women. It's a lot of estrogen. They'll be okay in a minute. Or it could be the film that's the aggressor, but they gonna take the tomboyish looking girl. She could be standing there, hair all over her head, film and scratch her face up and everything, and then they still gonna take her. Like with the situation with Bow Wow. Remember the situation with Bow Wow and I can't think of the girl name, and his face was towed up, his shirt was ripped. She towed in his ass, and they took him to jail.
Yeah,
they took him. He did something to provoke her to mess his face up. So it's like, why do you make excuses for the person that you actually see with your own eyes that's abused?
Yeah,
you gonna make up excuses for the person, for the abuser? Like, come on now. And that's not making no sense. Only because of their gender, right?
Right.
Wow. And then that's when the racists come in. It's racism all types of ways, not just white and black, male, female. It's bigger than just gays, straight, trans. Because now, like Don was saying earlier, they separate clubs now. Here in Las Vegas, I don't even see all women club. The women, no, I haven't seen that one yet. So the women that go where the guys are at, because the guys, they know how to party. They gonna make a party, right? And you have women that can make parties too, but when can we get together to create one? If y'all just want to have all lesbians or all women, they ain't even have to be gay, just be women. You just want to have all women's club, get together, let's create one. Let's open up one. Let's get together, put to the side and try to create a plan. That's when you trying to establish some things instead of sitting back complaining about why is it we got to go to the man club? Why is it that all these gay guy girls, you're gay too. So what's the point of you complaining about? It's still under the same umbrella. You're still like in the same sex, I mean, come on.
And I think that's another thing too when we talk about domestic violence, and there's levels to it, especially between the different communities, meaning not just the straight versus the LGBTQIA community, because a lot of times domestic violence within the LGBTQIA community does not hold a lot of weight when it comes to a legal standpoint. And when you get the law involved, because there's been several times that I've read news articles and different things like that, where like you said, Don, two women will get in a fight and they'll be like, oh, they'll just figure it out. Or if two men get in a fight and it's a domestic dispute, oh, it's an assault charge, not a domestic violence charge, because the way it's treated and the way it's looked. So that's a big issue.
I'm about to try not to cut y'all off. I'm about to see if I could share the thing, because I just put it up to the Bow Wow surveillance video. What happened right before, and then show his face. But they go back down to share his face.
We just
let me put this
just
up.
had
Why it didn't go up?
Oh, wow. It looked like they related.
Right. Now look at his face. That's their mug shots. Look at his face. They let her go. Look at her. She don't have not one mark on her. Right. Not one mark. And then they had this little video. I'm gonna go up. They had this video. Hopefully it could play, because sometimes my little trying to share stuff, it don't be working for me. It's just spinning. It don't look like it want to share for me.
Oh, they showing how he in her face. So it appears that he was the person that started it.
Right, because they were fussing about something. I really hate this video ain't coming up for me. Dang. Brittany, maybe you could see if you could share it. Because
yeah, let me see if I can look it up.
But yeah, I don't know. It's on TMZ. It's the Bow Wow and Bow Wow surveillance video, fight with girlfriend or something.
Okay. And
it says raging at girlfriend before brow revealed in surveillance camera. So yeah, she told his face.
That face.
So don't let me go take it down, because mine ain't.
All right, I'll go ahead and share it because I was able to pull it up. So let me share.
Yeah, speaking of rage,
okay, let me stop.
Our condolences to the victim in Chicago. It was 15 people club early this morning. So we definitely want to send our condolences out to those families and those victims. But that was a part of rage. And if you think about it, for someone to just come out the blue to someone's party, someone had to invite that particular person.
Right.
And these days and times, everybody got their phone out. So someone caught the gunman coming in off their phone because they always live in the parties and the DJs. So this is not a time to be quiet, Chicago. Y'all, something, say something. You got, and the gentleman got the young man that was deceased all on live. I thought that was very disrespectful for his family to even see that. Wow. So yeah, it's horrible, Also, this don't have anything to do with violence, but we want to send our condolences to our friend Shay. She was a good friend of Chicago, one of the best basketball players in history. We used to play basketball at Sherwood Park on 57th and Shield. So we definitely send our condolences out to her. Yeah. So that was found out today too. So I just want to share that, with the world. So keep her family in prayers and all her good friends and officials and the referees. So yeah, but violence has been definitely a hard pill to swallow. So for me, like I say, growing up, parents abusive, mother was alcoholic, father was heavy on drugs, on heroin. He OD'd. My mother didn't pass from alcoholic. She was actually in a fire, and they said it was arson. So it was pretty deep, So as a kid growing up, you want to say, well, you don't want to think it's your parents or your father that did this, but that was a whole nother situation. It was something else that happened. When it comes to violence, it's ways to get help. Like you were saying earlier, Brittany, last week, seek some help. Don't just sit back and try to figure it out on your own, because what's going to happen, you can be mad and you're going to let all that stuff build up inside and snap out. And you're not going to have an answer. Again, like I stated last Sunday, I used to have blackouts. I drink so much I have blackouts, but I don't even remember what happened. And, from one particular young lady I was in a relationship with for 4+ years, I blackened her eye. I didn't remember I did it, all because I wanted my keys to drive home, and they was protecting me from harming myself behind the wheel. So things like that is not really, you shouldn't be ashamed to talk about it, which I know I'm not ashamed to talk about it, because maybe I'm helping somebody else that's going to be willing to come forward. And it first starts with you. You gotta, if you want help, you got to first admit it. That's where it started. At the end of the day, you just can't be sitting back in the now talking about why you're not like this and why you're not like that. I have a friend that's very verbal abusive and physical abusive, and it's like, man, you shouldn't do that. And the first thing they want to say, well, what about you? You my idol, and I looked up to you. Well, you never seen me beating on women. You might have seen me push their ass out the way and say, hey, calm down. This ain't that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna fight you. But the verbal abuse, they've witnessed that, because I didn't want to be in a relationships, but it was okay just to have sex. So as long as we having sex, and as long as I know I told you in the beginning, we're not going to have no committed relationship, then you should understand that. So stop trying to be my woman. You feel me? So they was pushing the issue and telling the whole entire world, that's my girlfriend. No, we're not in a relationship. So what triggered me, the trigger point, what triggered me, if you constantly trying to put yourself on me as being committed. No, you can do what you want to do in your life. I can do what I want to do in my life. When we get together with a sexual encounter, that's all we really got, then that's fine. Because the things that you do in a relationship, you don't qualify. Sorry it sound like that, but I need for you to be clean. I need for you to do certain things. I don't need you to be lazy. I don't need to come home and I'm sweeping and cleaning and washing dishes. No. If you show me that's how you live before we got together sexually, but the sex is good, okay, we good with that, but you're coming over my house. We're not gonna go over your house. You're gonna come over my house. So because I know my house is clean, right? So if you're showing me that, I'm not gonna commit to nothing like that. Now she wasn't dirty body wise or nothing like that, but if you show me that you can be lazy, stop being lazy. Instead of saying, oh, I'm gonna get to it. You gonna get to it when? Can you do it before I get home from work? Or your house from work to your house from my job? But then that's an argument, So that's how different verbal abuse start. People don't like to be told what to do, or they can't stand when you try to say, hey, what about this? Even if you make a suggestion, you can be in a calm voice, but now here it is, they yelling they out in your face, because now they want a reaction. They want you to act like them. So now y'all both yelling. You can't get enough sound if y'all both yelling at each other. Somebody got to shut up and listen.
Right.
That's all part of communication.
Right.
And that's probably what happened in this surveillance video. So here, let me see if I can get to.
All right.
Yeah, let's see what's going on in this video.
Okay. So yeah, he was already upset going in.
Right.
And she's just like whatever. And it's crazy because it doesn't even look like she's saying very much.
She ain't saying nothing.
Right.
So that's that verbal abuse right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely something considered verbal abuse right there, because as you could tell, she got on and she was just like, it looks like she's over it, and he's doing
Right.
more talking. I couldn't really tell if she had responded back to him at all or
It
anything.
didn't look like her
But
mouth moved because before I had not seen the video, it didn't look like she was saying anything back. It looked like more or less like maybe they had an argument earlier and she was done with it and he pretty much wasn't done with it. And he just kept going and going and going. And that's another thing when you're dealing with certain people, you got to know your partner, know when to step back, and you need to know yourself enough to know when you are on 10. If you go from 0 to 100 in 2.5 seconds, you need to just walk away. You need to know yourself,
right.
And your significant other got to allow you to walk away. Don't just get impressed with no, let's talk about no. If I'm telling you I need some air, let me walk this off. Don't come in my face because you're gonna be going out with me. So I need you to move around, give me some space, 6 feet. And like you just said, his verbal abuse is definitely verbal abuse. And I believe she was quiet because she didn't want to provoke him anymore. She just like, I'm just gonna be quiet. But in his mind, you don't hear me talking to you, so now he's just really, really mad. She's ignoring. Yeah, exactly.
Right. And that's why we were saying before, and Hindi had alluded to it, conversations with this. Like, because I know my thing is because I work on myself all the time. Shadow work, all of that. I know what my triggers are. I know all of these things. So at the beginning, when I'm dating somebody, we're not even in a relationship yet, but when I'm dealing with people, I tell them how I handle certain situations. I'm one of those is that I used to have a very bad temper. I've worked on it, but I used to have a very bad temper. So I know when I start to feel like I'm about to get frustrated or upset, I completely withdraw. And I have to tell people, like, look, it's nothing against you personally. It's not that I don't care about what you're discussing. It's not that I want to invalidate or diminish your feelings about something. But I know myself, if I'm angry, I'm not listening to you. I can't hear you. So let me remove myself so I can calm down, and then we can come back and have a conversation. Like, that's a conversation I think a lot of people should have before the relationship, so that when it happens, like this situation, she knew that. I mean, you could tell by his face, she fucked him up. So she already know what she got the hands. So at this point, to me, what it looked like, it was her trying not
to put her hands on him.
This man, like, she was really trying to keep her composure, but because he was just so much with the poking and the prodding and did not want to let it go, he just kept at it. She eventually lost her cool. That's what
like her jaw was swollen just a little bit.
Yeah.
What about the Chris Brown and the Rihanna situation?
Now, see, that's another situation. It's like, and we don't have video of that. All we have is what she looked like. But it's like, girl, and to him, it's like, bro, he really did a number on her. Like, looking at that picture, and it's like,
oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, like, yeah, you should. I don't know if we can find it or not, but like the picture of her. That's why my relationship with Chris Brown is really weird, because he's a good magician, but I just can't reconcile like how he did her like that, because it's the same way with R. Kelly. R. Kelly has some good music, but I can't spin you, bruh. Like with all the allegations, like. But I also say that as a person, I was born in '86, so I didn't grow up with R. Kelly like people older than myself did. R. Kelly was
some jams, baby.
Type of
he got some jams, and it all,
got some jams, baby.
He did some wrong shit, but Chicago ain't finna stop playing him.
No,
they're not.
They not gonna
R&B.
Yeah, they
is R&B. He the genius. We can't pinpoint if I know I seen somebody that looked like him, and I'm like, you sure that wasn't you? You blamed it on R. Kelly. So I think I'm gonna turn you in, because you guys are cousins and you look just like R. Kelly. He said, nah, that wasn't me. I said, I think it was, man. We need to free R. Kelly and lock your ass up. You like he was like, don't do that to me, sis. Don't do that.
Okay,
his birthday was just last
week. Should be able to share the picture. I'm not real good at sharing. It's not really letting me share videos for whatever reason. Brittany got the good one when it comes to that. Let me see if I can get this picture to go bigger. But yeah, Chris Brown, yeah, the photos of Rihanna face was like
very hard to look at. It was very hard to look at.
She like purple and blue look.
So if I remember correctly, like it was just
if you put it in, Brittany,
yeah,
if you type in Chris Brown fights Rihanna, it comes up. Mine for whatever reason is just spinning.
Okay.
But if you type it in, Chris Brown beat Rihanna, the photos come up. It looked like it might. Oh no, it didn't show for me.
Okay, you know what? I was able to find it.
Yeah, it comes up like, and these are young men, celebrities, a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, a lot going on. Young kids idolizing them, and then you gotta sit back and think Chris Brown, like you said, I love Chris Brown music, his dancing or whatever.
Yeah, so this is kind of like some photos.
Right, that's what I was trying to share.
Let me see if I can find something.
Parents is afraid. Oh wow.
There was another one that was, if you go toward the top, or it's more might be toward the bottom, where it don't have that TMZ watermark on there, where it shows yeah, right there to right. Go back up because I just saw it. Right there to the right. That one.
Yeah.
Oh no, that got the TMZ watermark too. Not that one. The one next to it.
Let me go back.
Yeah, it's the one right to the next to it. No, go back over to the white, on the white side. Where you see the white side, you see my arrow.
Oh, that one, yeah. Oh, yeah, wow.
Damn. So you know he hit her a couple of times. And it was all because she was trying to apparently, I guess, take his phone from him or something in the back of the car.
Yeah, I think she was trying to. They were at the club or they were out somewhere, and she wanted. I guess they got into an argument or whatever, and she was trying to take his phone, and he beat her. Like he physically. And so.
And did she go back? I'm sorry. Did she go back with him after that?
No, once it came out on TMZ, I think that was kind of like the end of it. Like I think she kind of like let that go because I mean honestly,
once it was made public, she let it go. She was still talking to him until it went public. Once it got out public, then her manager and them kind of separated them once it went public. But prior to that, people that knew them and friends said she went back.
And there's another video I had shared earlier. It's a TikTok, and it actually goes and deals what we were talking about emotionally abusive people. So I'm gonna share that on the screen as well. This is about manipulators. It's a TikTok video. It's really, really short.
And you don't ever put me first. And I really, hey, so today's my dad's birthday, and he invited me to go to lunch with him and my mom to celebrate. So I'm gonna go do that. Is that cool? Yeah, that's cool. Have fun. Okay, cool. I'll text you later then. All right then. Hello? Yeah, it's me. I'm just sitting here thinking about how you're always making your family a priority and you don't ever put me first. And I really think it's fucked up that you're out with them right now. Are you serious? It's his birthday. But you know I'm not close with my family like that, and I think it's fucked up you're out enjoying your family. You're stressing me out. I shouldn't have to choose. Say less. I'm gonna go for a walk in the neighborhood. I'll hit you back. Hello? Yeah, I just fell and really hurt myself when I was on that walk. Is there an emergency room somewhere around here? And I need you to text me the nearest emergency room. Oh my God, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. I need you to look up the nearest emergency room. There's blood everywhere. Are you serious? You know what? Never mind. Never mind. Don't even fucking worry about it. I'll find it on my own. And while I'm at it, I'll find somebody else who fucking cares about me too. Hello?
Yeah, so that's kind of like that.
I know somebody like that.
I've honestly, in my
I dated somebody like that.
I've dated a few people like that.
I dated somebody like that. I dated somebody like that.
Very abusive in that way, because a lot of people, again, especially if you're empathic in any way, that is horrible because it plays so heavy on your emotions, and they're able to manipulate you and make you feel like you can't do anything. Like they have to control who you go with, how long you spending with them, everything. Like, have you met anybody or dealt with that at all?
I used to have control issues too. So not to the point where I'm acting like I'm dying or bleeding. You know, I used to do reverse psychology. You know, I was bad with that. I can admit that I was bad with that. It's called a mind game. Some people always point the finger when they know the guilty is always the accuser, you know? So I used to play them games, and I've had people call me a narcissist, and I'm like, what? You think I'm a narcissist? What makes so? I'll be like, are you a narcissist? I go in and look in the mirror. Are you a narcissist? I get in my reflection, be like, this person got me questioning myself. I don't think I do anything narcissistic material. I'm trying to figure that out. Like, I think I'm a loving, caring type of individual. Now, I've met some narcissist people, you know, in my family, someone that's very, very close to me. And he's that's the definition. He put the N on narcissist. So yeah, I can relate to that somewhat. I got a friend that acts exactly like that. That's the clip you just showed. I'm talking about, I actually was sitting in the car with, it was a stud. I'm sitting in the car with my homie, and they calling their girlfriend, and they just making up some damn story. And I'm looking at them like, this motherfucker lying. I'm sitting right next to them, and they lying. And I'm like, damn, dude, what was all that about? Man, fuck her. She don't give a fuck about me. And that's what they're saying. You be looking like, nigga, you out here kicking it with me. What's wrong? Man, fuck this shit. She said she's gonna call me at 7 o'clock. Nigga, you out with me. Why are you worried about her disturbing you? She don't want to disturb you, kicking with your boys, right? But still, she said she's gonna call me. Then now she's calling her 10 minutes. Oh, you ain't gonna answer the phone? Fuck this shit. I can't stand you. Fuck you. Then they hang up. Then they call right back. I think that's bipolar. Bipolar shit.
Yeah. I know somebody like that. If I went out, if I was out with my friend, she would text me the entire time. She called my phone the entire time. And I couldn't. Then I also had a friend where I got to the point where I didn't even want to go out with her, because the whole time we out, she arguing with her girl on the phone. She calling her every 15 minutes. What you doing? And And I'm like, dude, you asked me to come hang out with you. Right. And we sitting there, we bowling. You holding up the game, nigga, roll the ball. Like, what are you doing? She over there arguing with her girl. Then she got to walk off. It's her turn to bowl. I just start throwing the shit down there. It's your turn to bowl. Then I was like, you know what? Maybe, you know, I need to just take you back home. Oh, that's all right. Look, you ain't gotta take me back home. I'm a girl gonna come up here and pick me up.
I can't. Like, honestly, I can't.
The entire time.
My mouth is too slick for that. Like, bro, you're not about to stop me from doing what I'm doing just because you ain't got nothing else to do with your life. Girl, you better find somebody else to play with.
That girl came up there. Her girl was so mad. Her girl came up there. Then she gonna say, yo, you want to stay for a minute because I ain't really ready to go. So we all looking at her like this supposed to be a boys' night. Ain't nobody else got that woman with them. We was like, nah, dude, you need to go home. This is a boys' night. And then that's what she said. She said, man, you supposed to be out with your boys. So then, how, you know, at the bowling alley. So she have us sit at the other side and gonna try to come back over there because she wanted to watch the girl. So she had the girl sit at the bar behind, and she come down to where we are. She said, well, all right, she gonna sit up there.
That is rude as fuck.
Right. Right.
Just leave and go home with her.
Yeah, she keep walking back up there to talk to her, and we supposed to be all out bowling. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That is wild to me. No, if we're together, please go out and hang out with your people.
Was a stud. This was a stud that was doing this to a film.
And then, you know, them type of studs always want us to believe it's the film acting a nut until we see it's them. It's your ass. You're the one insecure.
Like, dude, I'm like, dude, what you doing? You just need to go ahead on and go home. Because you, man, I can't now. Just go home. Just go home.
Hey, look, I can tell you refilling it. You like, this nigga blowing my dice.
Yeah, she blew she messed up the whole vibe. The whole night. I'm like, man, just go home.
Y'all bowling gutter balls and shit now.
Right. So the next time we put up the thing, she come back like, oh, y'all ain't putting my name up there now, nigga. You need to go home with your girl.
You ain't even invited no more. Get out. Beat it.
You need to go. Just go home. Just go home with your girl. And it was crazy because it was rumors, and you know how you have friends and you don't want to believe they doing certain things, because it was rumors going around that she be jumping on the girl and they be fighting, and she was insecure, and it was like just a whole lot of stuff. But you know how you try to give people that's in your inner circle the benefit of the doubt. So I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, like, nah, man, you know. But I would tell her, man, you know, what you doing? People talk about you be out fighting your girl in the club, pulling up out the club. Like, what's nah, man, that don't be me, you know these bitches, you got to keep them in control. That's your problem right there. And when she said that, I knew, I said, it's an abusive relationship. When she said you got to keep them in control. So when she said that, I knew it. She said that, and then not even a month later, when we out bowling and she doing that, so everything, and I told her, I said, so everything I've been told about you was true. So I said, so you at home beating, I ain't beating her, but you know you got to keep them in control. You got to keep a short leash on them, because you know you give them too much rope, they'll hang themselves. I was like, hurry up and disassociated myself with her.
I gotta do all of that. We don't need to be together, bro, because I got my own life to live. Like, I don't have time to be telling you when to stand, when to sit, what to eat, what to do. I don't have time to do that. That's a full-time job, boo. I got things to do.
Now y'all living in the suit.
I'm good.
I was just like, wow. It was just like, because she was like, she gonna sit right there. She called that girl at home. And I walked over there, and the girl looked, I said, what's wrong? She said, man, I was tired. I was trying to lay down, but you know, your buddy keep calling me. So I just got up and came on up here. You made this girl get up, come all the way to this bowling alley that's about 30 minutes, 45 minutes from y'all house, drive all the way across the town to come at this bowling alley to sit back here because you wanted to watch her.
And she keep walking past, so now you really get mad. Then I just tell your ass to sit down.
But it was weird, because when the girl didn't move, when she had her sit in that spot, she didn't move, because my other buddy said, yo, you peeped that? That girl ain't moved the whole time.
Oh, damn.
She did not move. She was sitting in that one spot. She was sitting in that one spot because when we was in there, somebody came in that she knew and started talking to her. And it was a bar in there, and they was like, yo, we finna go over here to the bar. And they asked her to go to the bar, and she never moved from that spot. She told the girl to go, and then the girl's like, yeah, I know what this is. You know, the other little film, she said, let me go, because I don't want to cuss nobody out and get kicked out tonight. Because, you know, I don't like your girlfriend and all that. She started doing all of that. And the stud came, the stud looking at her like, what you doing up here? So it was that whole thing, but the girl did not move. So it's like stuff you notice. So then we talking to her, and we was like, you know, what's going on here with you? Like, you know, so these rumors true. You be beating old girl ass. Nah, I just got to keep her in control in the short leash. Nah, man, you doing something you don't have no business doing. They end up breaking up because I guess they got into it, and I guess the girl got tired of her beating her ass, and the film ended up beating the crap out of her.
I was in a relationship. Well, yeah, I guess you could say it was a situationship where the girl wanted to be controlled. She used to do escort services. So one time she called my house and she says, I need you to put on one of your best suits. I'm like, what? It's midnight. What are you talking about? She said, put on one of your best suits. The guy in the limousine gonna pick us up. That's a millionaire. I said, all right. Now this is when I found out the girl's teeth for real. So she calls me up, got my suit on, can't pick us up. I'm in the back seat. It's him and her, and they just talking, whispering and shit. I'm just in the back seat, like, what the hell going on? You know, I'm just, watching. So I said, well, where we going? Oh, we gonna meet these guys at the what's it called, 67th and Stony Island, a red something. Mm-hmm. We went to that lounge when that lounge was up there on 67th and Stony Island.
I know you talk. I don't remember the name. I know.
So we goes there, but before we got there, the guy goes to pick somebody up. He went to pick up a whole nother man. I said, what up, player? So, you know, I got on the whole two-piece suit. We get into the lounge, and dude sitting over there, all in homegirl ear, looking like, what the hell is going on? So the other dude that he picked up, called himself getting close to me. I'm looking like, nigga, what the fuck is you doing? He say, oh, man, y'all can't pick me up, and this is a whole night. I said, man, I got on a whole two-piece suit. You can't tell what the fuck look like I date men unless you gay.
Right.
And I'm not even a man. What the fuck? So he had to take him home. In the process of him taking him home, they dropped him off. He cussed this dude out. And my friend I was trying to date at the time stayed in the car. She's like, I'll be in the house in a minute. I said, okay. So I goes in the house, looking at my watch. 15 minutes later, she come in the house crying. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Nothing. He said he's gonna give me some money later. The fuck is you talking about? But I'm sorry, before I got out the car, I made the nigga give me $60 just for wasting my goddamn time. So $60 just for wasting you wasted my time. So when she came in the house, she said, I didn't get no money. I said, what is going on? Well, he was supposed to took us to the hotel for this little escort service shit. I'm like, oh, is that why I'm supposed to put on my two-piece suit? You looking for a pimp? So why don't you just say that? Then we can make some arrangements for real to get some money going. The next time she did it right. Because I had to control the situation. Not her, but the situation, because she was doing it. She was doing it wrong. So the guy called her from New York, sent us a cab. We went downtown, the hotel's downtown, came in the door. He said, oh, this is who you are. Nice to meet you, Reed. Come in the door. And he's supposed to have sex with her, but I told her not to. So I have to teach her something. Like, listen, don't have sex with the man. If you're trying to get some money, you finessing this man, he know he paying for your time. Just let him pay for your time. Do a show, dance for him or something. So when I walked past, he done already gave me $1,000. I told him, give me $1,000 just for walking in the door. So it's like, you got me in this motherfucking prostitute with your ass. So I goes to the bathroom and she ran out. She said, well, I'm butt naked. What am I supposed to do? I said, tell him I'm getting jealous and send you a flight to New York after you send me home. And it worked. So when we got in the car, she looking like, yeah, we got $2,000. I said, exactly. So everybody out there that's listening, you don't have to sleep for no money. It's all about your mouthpiece. So she went around telling people, Rita took all my money. Just change the whole story. I'm like, how did I take all your money when I was helping you get the money without actually sleeping with the man? Unless you wanted to sleep with the man. And you're not going to invite me to watch it. That don't make no sense, right?
Right.
So it probably had nothing to do with the conversation, but I want to throw that out there on how it is when you're dating certain women that want to be controlled or want to be in that type of lifestyle. So that's why I threw that out there just to share with the world. Y'all ain't got to sleep with everybody for no money.
Right.
Right. So yeah, so that makes perfect sense. And that's she wild for putting you in that situation. You gotta give me all information involved so I know what I'm going into. Because that could have been ugly. Like that really
blew my brains out. I wasn't supposed to go in there with her.
Yeah, that could have went a whole different way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So unfortunately we're coming to the end of our show. Thank you again so much for just coming through again, having this conversation with us. Is very enlightening. So we appreciate it. Oh, was it really hot out in Vegas today? I mean, it's normally hot in Vegas.
No, it's I want to say maybe 60-ish. It's a little windy a little bit. It's not too hot. The sun is finally starting to come out. I'm not ready for it.
No,
I wasn't ready for that heat today. That's why I'm a little quiet. Because
it's hot in Atlanta
class today, and it ended up being like 80 degrees, and I was not mentally nor physically prepared for that activity today.
Wow.
But the little one wanted to get out. He had a play day with Brittany's little cousin Harmony. And then we went out, and then I was a little disappointed, probably more disappointed than the little kids, because for whatever reason they had the whole kid part like locked off. It was closed. They only had like a handful of rides over there, and they had everything else. Basically the whole park was open except for the kiddie part. And I'm like, why wouldn't y'all have the kiddie part rides open? So we walked around, got something to eat, but and then some of the other rides, KJ, because he's not tall enough just yet, they can't get on a lot of rides, but he still enjoyed himself. He was able to get on like 5 things, the little trains and stuff. So he enjoyed himself, but it wore me out because I'm up there. I'm old. I may not look like I'm getting ready to turn 51, but my body, man, I felt it today. I got home, I got on that couch. I was about to go to sleep, and I was like, well, you know what? I looked at the time and said, I'm going to go and do this radio show, then hop in the shower and go to sleep, because if I would have did it right when I walked in the door, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Yeah, that was a long day. It's hot. It was hot down here today, and I'm so not ready for it.
It's like our mind be telling us we can do it, but then our body be like, no, you need to sit down and relax.
Yeah. I thought I could do it. I guess next time when I'm planning stuff, I ask for more detail. I wouldn't have ended up in the amusement park if I would have asked Brittany for more details. I could have just been laying in the park on a blanket.
Getting the breeze, right?
Getting the breeze. That's but I misunderstood our communication because I didn't mirror and ask her. I just assumed when she said Six Flags, that was, I didn't think that was a landmark. I thought she said, let's go to Six Flags. So I get the whole family. I had my mom, everybody out there in Six Flags Park today. Everybody got tickets. And then I didn't want to cancel on them because I'm like, okay, I didn't want to have them buy these tickets because I wasn't listening. Miscommunication, and I'm paying for it right now because I'm exhausted.
That's what's up. But overall, you had a ball.
I had a good time.
That's what it's all about. Family love,
Yeah, family day.
Unconditional love. We all need that.
Yeah, it was a nice day, and then just to see my mom get out because she'll be 69 this year. Thank God she's still with me, and just to see her like get out and enjoy KJ and moving around versus just sitting in the house. So it gave me some time to spend with her because I work a lot, and then normally when I'm in the house, I'm asleep or doing my little side stuff, and I don't spend as much time as we used to. So I made it a vision this year to be more about family and myself. And we were supposed to talk about vision boards, which we could touch on a little bit more next week, because I seen somebody else. I seen my son VJ did the same thing. She made a vision board and put her picture on it. I had a vision board and I put my picture on it and a couple of things around it because every year we make vision boards and we say, oh, I want a house, oh, I want a new car, oh, I want this job, I want that. But how many people really do a vision board that focuses on them? So coming up out of COVID and being on lockdown and being restricted, and even though being an introvert, being on lockdown still affected me. It still was like not being able to go and come as I please. It's still, even though I'd be like, yeah, I'm coming out, just send me the information. And then, it's time to go. I'm sitting in the bed looking at a movie. But I did like to go out to me and my wife. We like to go out to different restaurants. So yeah, being in the house, it was very depressing sometimes, just being in here, not being able to see your friends and your family, it not hang out, not have the freedom to travel. Like 2020 really stopped a bunch of stuff because I did a lot of traveling with Jessica and Brittany. We was going to Chicago and we normally in Chicago, New Orleans, Houston, Oklahoma, Ohio, and last year not being able to like get out and do nothing. Yeah. So I was focusing on my vision board. I had a picture of me, and then I had a couple of spiritual things on the side because I was like, okay, 2021 is about living again. Focusing on self and family, living again, because 2020 was crazy. So it's just about living and enjoying the people around you, because now mostly everybody just on live and videos talking to each other because of the pandemic. And touch is a beautiful thing. Being able to be in the presence of your friends is a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
Beautiful thing.
Self-love, self-care.
Appreciate you guys having me.
We're gonna have you again because I know I forgot what you said in your email. Jessica was trying to tell me what you said in the email. Was you just trying to be a guest or you trying to host? What was the email about?
I think she was asking about a guest for something. Remember the first time I watched the show? I think it was like 3-4 weeks ago. It was a guest to do something. I can't remember exactly.
I have to look back because I know y'all had some.
Either that or poetry. I still do poetry. Still write.
Oh, that's Brittany on Friday night.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I love poetry. I still write. I need to stop procrastinating to get that book out there. I just had a lot of distractions, but I gotta now to myself. I gotta allow time for myself, like you said. Take time out for yourself and stop trying to help everybody in the whole world, because that's what happens. We get caught up in the world and we just okay, you can't be everywhere. You're not Superman.
Get about yourself and get caught up in the world. But definitely, Brittany does poetry on Friday nights at 9:15.
Yeah,
nice.
6:15 your time. Yep. It cut out.
Oh, that's good. All right.
Okay.
Well, so thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. It was an amazing show and everything. Please stay tuned for all of our upcoming things. You can go to coffeetalk.com. You can see all of us on there. So make sure you go to the site. The shops at GGB. Definitely go on there. You can purchase any merch that we find there. We'll definitely be back next Sunday. Poetic Soul Artistry we'll be showing one of our older streams this coming Friday, but we'll be right back the following Friday after that. I think it's the 26th. With more artists and more poetry that's coming through. So we're really excited about that. So again, you can follow all of us and all the information by logging on to the social media site. And then you can also get some new information about what we got coming up, the special offers that we are having, just the upcoming shows. You can definitely stay connected with all of us there.
Yep. So, and with that said, we're going to call it a night, and we will see y'all. Coffee Talk will be back, hopefully at its regular time. If the time should change, we will let you all know, but hopefully we'll be back at our regular time, 6:15.
Mm-hmm.
So hold on one second here, my beautiful people. And that's the part. Do 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 do.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. Good night. Good night.